Hi, my name is Jake, and I am the CEO and founder of Cycle.io, which is a container orchestration platform. I wanted to take a moment today to record this quick video to talk about a feature that we're about to launch later this afternoon. And while we've launched a number of really awesome things over the years, this is a feature that I'm particularly excited about. It's something that we've had a number of people asking for a while, and so being able to launch it is something that I think will be really exciting to a lot of our user base. But let's dive right in. So with Cycle, right now we're looking at an environment here. This is our interface. Actually, I guess maybe let me take a step back first. So with Cycle, there's a number of different ways to interact with the platform, whether that's through CI/CD, whether that's through pipelines, whether that's through the API, etc. There's a number of ways to interact with the platform, but for this video today, we're just going to focus on just purely the portal, because let's be real, it's a lot more fun to see a UI as we talk through these videos. But diving back in, so within Cycle, we have this demo environment here. Each of these environments you can think of as like a global VPC. So even though these three environments are sharing the same underlying infrastructure, and that can be at multiple providers, that can be hybrid where you have some at AWS/GCP, and then others that are on-prem, etc. Like, point here is you can mix and match infrastructure as your needs kind of fit. But within this demo environment, even though these are sharing the same infrastructure, these 11 containers that are in this environment, they can't see the other containers in other environments, even if they're sharing the same infrastructure. So if we jump into containers for this environment, you can see just these are the containers that are deployed here. And what's new, for those of you who are already familiar with Cycle, what's new here with this new update is this deployment tag. And the general idea here is that as you're deploying different versions of your application to these environments, you might want to be very specific about being able to group certain containers into certain versions of the application. So we have this API container at the top. As you notice, there's no deployment tag. That just means that any container in this environment is able to talk to this API container regardless of what deployment it's in or whether it's in a deployment at all. And so if I click into this API container, we'll look at the instances. There's 4 of them running. So we have 2 running over here at AWS, 1 on GCP, 1 at Vultr. So again, kind of how I was mentioning before, that you can consume infrastructure at multiple providers at the same time. But let's jump back to our containers. And as the other component of this update, now we have this deployments tag at the top for an environment. So if we click into deployments, you can see that we have 2 versions of our application that are running here. So each version has a front end and a back end. And so you can see we have version 1.2.3, which is tagged as our prod version, and then 1.4.1 is our latest. So if we, and again, this is just a very basic example of a deployment. You could have as many containers in these deployments as you want, but let's go ahead and say that we want to hit this front end that is on our dev cluster right now. So if I hit that, you can see that it is 1.4.1. And if I want to hit the production, we can navigate to that. Here's our production, so 1.2.3, which is exactly what we would expect. Now, suppose we've done all of our testing on our dev cluster and we are ready to take this live to our users. Our users meaning the prod version that your users would consume. So if we click the prod tag here, and you can create as many tags as you want. We're just using dev and production or prod as examples, but you can create staging, you can create pre-production, however your particular workflow might require. And again, this can all be fully automated as well. But if we click that prod tag, we can say, hey, let's move that prod tag over to 1.4.1 latest. We're going to click apply. By doing that, you'll notice that the domains for prod get moved over to this new deployment here, this 1.4.1. And if I jump back to our prod URL, which is this app.thecenofrain.com, and if I refresh, we can see that we have that new version. Now, suppose something goes wrong where, I don't know, you roll out an update, you realize that there's something broken in it, you need to roll back, whatever the reason is, you can click prod again. Let's roll that back to 1.2.3, click apply. And if we go back to our application here, and if we refresh, we are back to 1.2.3. So the neat thing here is that we're able to, in one single atomic action, update the endpoints for multiple different containers / applications within your actual project, environment, service, whatever you want to call it. So it makes it super easy to roll back. It makes it super easy to have different URLs that are targeting different clusters, or sorry, different deployment versions. And you can create as many deployment tags as you want. So yeah, that's the feature that we're launching this afternoon. There's a number of other features that we're launching as part of this update as well, but this video won't dive into those. And so thanks for checking out this video. If you have any questions about Cycle, we'd love to chat. Feel free to reach out to us. Our website is cycle.io. We have a Slack community as well. There's a lot of developers and DevOps engineers that hang out there. Feel free to join us at our community, which is slack.cycle.io. Yeah, thank you.